How's it going, everyone? Today I'm showing you guys how I built my own custom rapid-fire dice box. I printed it out in multicolor along with adding some World Eater symbols on it. And so I'm just going to walk you through the process of what it looked like doing it for me in multicolor and everything, and show you a quick build guide at the end.
Okay, so once I had the files downloaded, I jumped over here into Bamboo Studio, since this is the slicer for the printer I have. And I just quickly drew everything in multicolor that I wanted. So I ended up, since I'm a World Eaters player, going with the gold and red, or like that brass and red color scheme. So just selecting whichever I had, and then once I had everything all colored up, I sent it over to the printer. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do once you have everything printed is you're going to take the dice chute piece and slot it down into these little brackets in the actual container itself. If you have any like glue activator, I would suggest using it now. However, I don't have any of that, so just got to be a little bit more careful when not using it to make sure that you don't glue any moving pieces. But as of right now, there's not really too much you have to worry about. So you want to make sure that this is facing the right way up. These notches will be going down into those little slots. So you'll just slide this right on in. And now is when activator would be pretty useful, so you don't have to sit here like me and hold it for the next 20 to 30 seconds. So I'll be right back. Okay, so once you have this piece glued in, what you're going to do is you're going to start attaching these doors. Start off with the smaller trim piece door rather than this bigger one. And it's going to slot right here into the front. You'll see that there's these little pegs, and then there's these little slots for the pegs to sit into. So you're just going to slide this in and have the pegs sit right where they need to. Once that one is in, you're going to take the bigger one, and you'll also see that there's little pegs here and here. So you're going to do the same thing, and you'll see that they kind of overlap each other as they go in. Let me see if I can show that better. There you go. As it closes. Just like that. So once you have the doors in place like this, this is where these little pieces come into play. You'll notice, and I messed this up before. Let's see if I can get the camera to... There's a bigger slot and a smaller slot. The bigger slot goes into the front bit, and the smaller slot goes into the back bit, and it'll go in just like this. However, you need to glue it. So again, this is where I would suggest having some activator, because you want to be very careful with where the glue is going, because we're now kind of gluing moving parts. So you put the glue right here in the middle, and it's just going to go straight down and in. Less is more with this, because again, since we're near moving parts, you could very quickly glue shut the entire thing, but it sits just like that. And then the other one does the same thing over here on this side. Okay, so once you have these pieces glued in, you're going to flip it over, and you'll see that there's another notch here and another notch matching right over on this side. That is where this front door is going to interface. You'll see that there's this little peg here and this little peg here. So you're just going to drop it down, so then it is touching those pegs, followed up by this piece. You'll see that the little notch fits in right there, but you want to make sure you don't put glue on that, or else you'll glue the door shut. So I'd suggest putting glue right here on this outside edge. But again, less is more, or else you will glue this entire thing shut. And while it does look great as terrain, we are trying to make it as a speed dice box. Once this is dried and you're happy with where it is in place, you'll flip back over, and now it's time to fill this gap, which will be done with this piece. You'll see it just fits right in just like that. And since there's no moving part, you don't have to be too careful about keeping on the outside or the inside, but just for simplicity, I do like to keep it on the outside to try to keep the glue as far away from other moving parts as possible. So you'll just pop this in just like this. Once you have that piece in, all you have to do is pop this sliding cover in. And once you slide on the bottom, you have your dice box all completed. You'll see that this just pops right down, and then these top lids open up. And there you have it. This project was a lot of fun to make. Since I was printing in multicolor, it ended up taking about 17 or 18 hours to print the entire thing with all the filament changes. But if you aren't planning on doing a multicolor all in the same print like I did, you'll expect it to be a lot shorter, probably around 6 to 8 hours, depending on what print speed you're using. Overall, it was a really fun project, and it's a pretty straightforward and simple one to do, but it makes counting dice a whole lot easier. If you guys want to get your own rapid fire dice, the link to the website will be down in the bio from Tempest Terrain. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!